Hey, what's up guys, MGH here and welcome back to my weekly series where we discuss all the players that have been upgraded and downgraded in FIFA. Every single Friday / Saturday, EA release a new update to career mode, and certain players, depending on how they play during their last few weeks or the most recent games, they will get an update or a downgrade. So I'm really excited to get this episode going. There's some big names in here, but not many players have actually been adjusted this week. But there are some big players like I've mentioned. So we're going to kick off the episode here with the first player, which is Cagliari. Now, as you know, Juventus have had an incredible season. They're on for the treble should they win the Champions League against Barcelona, who coincidentally also are on course for a treble as well should they win the Champions League final. But Cagliari, he's played a big role in Juventus, playing very well defensively this year, and he's got himself another upgrade. He had one, I think, about 4 months ago. I think it might be 4 months. And now he's finally an 80 rated player with a potential of 82, and I think it's about time. I think he's a quality defender and actually can play at right back as well, which is obviously very nice indeed for a defender in your team to be versatile like that. Up next, we've got a big striker, and literally a big striker, Lukaku. Now, in the last episode, we had Emenike being upgraded and Lukaku being downgraded. Well, now Lukaku is once again an 80 rated striker. He went down to 79 for literally 1 week. What is the point? But his potential's gone up as well. It's now 86. So him and Emenike very close, but still Emenike is currently winning. He is an 81 rated player. So there you go. Now we're going to move on to a slightly odd one. We have Lee Dong-gook. He is 35 years old and he's had an upgrade. So please, in the comments below, if you know what this guy has done to deserve this upgrade, I would love to know. He must have scored a hat-trick or just had a really good run of games and scoring vital goals and things like that. He's 78 overall, his potential 78 as well. But at the age of 35, to get an upgrade, he must be doing something very well indeed. Up next, we have Giovinco, who moved to Toronto, and since then, clearly has been doing well. I haven't been watching, if I'm honest, but to get an upgrade, obviously, you do have to be doing well, and he has gone up to a 78. He used to be, I think, an 83 back in FIFA 13. Don't quote me on that. You can see an evolution graph in the bottom right, though. There was a high rating all the way at the beginning there, and he's kind of been up and down with his potential and a little bit up and down with his actual overall. But really, there was a big slump, and he kind of stayed consistent around the 75 to 77 mark. But now he's back up to 78. Up next, we have one that I'm very pleased with. Chris Smalling has again been upgraded two times in 2 weeks, and he's now a 78 overall. So literally 2 weeks ago, he was still only 76. But now he's one of the best defenders in the Premier League in the game. One of the best. Don't say he is the best. I didn't say that. He is one of the best, though. In terms of stats, I mean, if you ignore the fact he's 78 overall, this guy's quick, he's strong, he's good in the air, and he can play right back. And his potential of 83 as well makes him a very, very good, kind of cheap option. If you want to sign up a relatively good centre-back, an English guy as well, then Smalling's probably your man. Next, we've got Kramer, who has obviously just finished his season and will be going back because he's been on loan, and he'll be going back to Leverkusen this summer. So Gladbach will be losing out on one of their main performers this year. And it's a real weird one, this. He's been going up all year, and now suddenly he's gone down to 77, and his potential's gone down to 82 as well. I was very surprised by this, but sometimes EA do weird shit. I'm sure that will go back up. I think it's just one of those things that, he maybe didn't have a very good game in the last few games, so we'll soon find out with him. But Kramer, for me, is still going to be one of the main midfielders for Germany in the upcoming years. Up next, we have Altintop, another oldie, 31 years old. He's been upgraded, having a good time, 76 overall, 76 potential. He's playing for Galatasaray, and he's one of the most versatile players in the game. He can play in the middle, he can play as right mid, CDM, and right back as well. And also, he's got some decent stats, 82 stamina as well. He's not one of those oldies that will, die on the pitch if you play 3 games in a row, which is always nice. And again, another downgrade to Emenike, guys. He is now only a 75 overall with only 75 potential. Now, most players at the age of 27 will still have, at least maybe 2 or more on their potential above their overall. But this guy, he's clearly not been doing very well at all this season. And he's been downgraded again. I think this is his 5th downgrade in FIFA 15, which is just absolutely mental. But let's be honest, guys, he's still very, very usable in this game. Up next, we have Kolak, another Galatasaray player, and he has gone down though. 75 overall, 80 potential, but he's still 23. He's still got loads of time to prove how good he is, but unfortunately he has had that downgrade after being 76 for the last, I think, 5 or 6 weeks. I actually quite like this guy. I love the fact that he can play on the wings as well, and one to look out for, I think, in the future. Up next, we've got Fabricio. This guy's a goalkeeper for Deportivo, I believe. Is it Deportivo? Let's just double check that. Yep, it is. He is a 75 overall with 77 potential. His overall has been upgraded by 1. His potential has stayed the same. But this guy, I would say he looks good for the future, but he's 26, and I haven't watched him properly. I've seen a few highlights when Deportivo were playing some of the big boys like Real Madrid or whatever, and seemed to be a decent keeper, but really not really a headline grabber, is he? Up next, we've got Kosu, the 34-year-old Italian. Wow, I know. I can't believe this. Look at his evolution graph. A couple of weeks ago, he was upgraded by 3, which was absolutely crazy. He must have scored 9 goals in one game and single-handedly dragged out the club from, I don't know, being killed off. I don't know. He must have done something incredible to get that 3 upgrade, but now he has gone down again to 74. That's such a shame. And we have another player from this team. I've forgotten their name. How can I do that? Cagliari, sorry. Sao is a bit of a legend in FIFA because of that pace, because of just how sheer quick he is. He's just one of those midgets in the game that if you lose sight of, if he gets ahead of you, you are wrecked. And I know if you're a fan of Spencer FC or Spencer, he absolutely loves this guy on Ultimate Team. He's been downgraded as well, so clearly Cagliari are not doing so well. It must be because Ibarbo was sold. Ever since Ibarbo has gone, their players have been suffering. But either way, 74 overall and 77 potential. It's a really weird one, this. Let me know if you think that is fair. But other than that, guys, that is every single player that's been updated this week. That is it. I mean, that is crazy. There have been other updates, but they've only been on player potentials. So feel free to go over to whatever website you want to use. I'm using Ultra FIFA here, but there is a website called SoFIFA as well, and you can find out the players that have had their potentials upgraded or downgraded. But thank you so much for watching this. I just want to clarify that this weekend, as you're watching this, I'm currently away on a trip, a very cool event in London, and I cannot wait to show you what's going on, guys. It will be in the summer, you will find out. I know we're technically in summer, but you just have to wait to see. And there will be no career mode until Monday, so I do apologise. There is some Ultimate Team videos up on my channel this weekend, and I hope you enjoy them, and I will see you for some career mode on Monday.